Welcome back, Vienna user. In today's session, we are going to cover how to generate the payment methods into the Vienna Advantage ERP. Before we'll move into the system and generate the payment method, we'll go through first what's basically the payment methods are. Let's move on. A payment method is a way that the customer uses to pay for goods or services purchased from the business. The common payment methods are basically cash, checks, demand drafts, credit and debit cards, bank transfer, electronic transfer, so on. So there are many types of payment methods nowadays available. So these payment methods can be configured within the VA system. Let's move on to the system and see how we can configure the payment methods, various payment methods into the system. So let's move on into the system. So I'm at my login screen. Let's move on with the ABC admin and our tenant. And into the tenant, we just need to generate the payment methods. To generate the payment methods, you need to search the payment method window using the menu search utility. So let's search menu. We need to search the payment method. Okay, so here is the payment method window. Let's click toggle, and here is the payment method window where we need to define the payment methods. So to define the payment methods into the system, we need to click onto the new record, and afterwards we need to give the search key, the name of the payment methods, and then we need to select the payment base type. So let's say I want to generate it as check. Okay, so I want to generate the check payment method. So here the most important thing is the payment base type. So here the various payment base type which identifies basically which kind of payment method you are generating. So here the check represents the check. The payment method has a crucial role somewhere into the VA system further when you are doing the transactions of the payments, since there is a form available into the system that utilizes that which payment method, or based on that which payment method another payment has to be made, or you want to override the payment methods at the time of the payment. So everything covered at that particular level. So it is very important to configure the payment methods properly while defining the payment methods into the system, as this is one of the crucial steps. So let's move on. So our payment base type, as I have mentioned, is very mandatory and then very important. So here if you can see, as soon as you select this, your payment mode would be picked by the system, that is basically the bank. Thereafter your payment rule is whether it is manual or it is EFT. So it is a manual payment method, and thereafter we need to select whether you want to process the checks basically with the batch or the single. So I'm selecting here single. You can create a batch checks, so that can be processed as well, and then the payment should be triggered by the recipients or by the senders. So let's say the payment would be pulled by recipient, and there is a currency. If you want to generate the payment method for a specific currency, then that particular payment method will be visible only when that particular transaction in that particular currency. Let's say if I want to generate an invoice and I have defined a payment method called check, and I have linked my currency as USD, then this particular payment method will be available at the level of the AR invoice only when the AR invoice transaction currency is USD. So I will recommend to leave it, do not select anything at this particular place, and then this payment method is always available at every place. Okay, similarly, if you want to create the wire transfer, you would be able to do so. If you want to generate the direct debit, direct deposit, the credit card payments, you would be able to do so. It's pretty simple. So from today's session, I hope you would be able to understand how we can create the payment methods into the system. So we can create the payment methods, various payment methods into the VA system at the payment method screen, and it's pretty simple. I have already explained all the fields. I hope that helps you. Till then, ciao.